Welcome back, surf fans. This is the first stop on the Vans Triple Crown of Surfing, the Hawaiian Pro. Round 4, Heat 4, Connor O'Leary, Robson, Santos, Jack Freestone, and your current reigning world champion, John Florence. Right here, Haleiwa. He lives just a few blocks away, so spends a lot of time surfing big, chunky right-handers here at Haleiwa and around the North Shore. And here we go. He's going to get his second wave ridden, his first wave no-go, and that was a beautiful snap from John Florence. Hard carve straight over the dry reef, and most surfers in the world would be slightly affected seeing dry reef bubbling up from beneath him. John didn't even notice what was going on there.
It really is hard to react in enough time. And right here, first opening snap, got cramped, but did a great job of hacking it. That's the second section that he wanted a piece of. He, had he had his way, just an extra half a second, he would have climbed it and gone for a big old floater. But watch this jam right here. Inside rail gets absolutely punished by John. He's got one of the cleanest little hacks on him. Love that layback snap for him. So he's just trying to build. He loves a quick start.
Yeah, he got a previous wave where I think he just stood up and out real quick, 0.5, and this score will come through right about a little bit above average. And here's the dark horse, the threat, Robson Santos, powerful goofy footer out of Brazil, up and down. Cannot navigate through a lofty backside floater. John's first score comes through a 5.83.
Well, might have just that extra couple of minutes.
Connor O'Leary now goes vertical on his backhand. It's going to be a classic goofy versus regular superheat right now. This kid is very powerful. And again, just built to be a surfer. His average QS heat score, about 13.12. He got a second at the Carve Pro and a first at the Bolito Pro, probably one of the heaviest events on the QS. And it's surfing like this that has put him right on the top of those QS ranks. Giant trophy, too.
Big old trophy.
You get to make a speech. Good times. John Florence now. Setting it up. Kind of a high lining turn, straight to a float, goes down.
But yeah, I don't know, no one was really hassling for the inside. I think Leo was inside of me, and then that first one popped up and I just took it, and kind of got me in a good little rhythm there for the start of the heat.
And then looking at year end here, I mean, it's no lie, we know that you're trying to battle for that position back on the championship tour. Do you look at the numbers? Have you been studying it? Or if not, what are you doing to kind of keep yourself in tune?
Nah, I haven't looked at it. I kind of know what I do. I just got to do really good in like the next two events, and then I got to do really good at pipe too. But I'm just kind of come here, staying on the beach at, off the wall with Ruka, and I've kind of just come here just to surf my brains out, and it's been so good ever since I've got here. Like, I've been surfing 3 or 4 times a day, and I've just been having fun really. And then yeah, come down here and get through heats as a bonus as well. I'm just kind of have fun competing, have fun surfing, and just been on a month-long surf trip.
Yeah, looking stress-free. Congratulations into the quarterfinals. There he is. He's in
on their calculators daily, trying to figure out exactly what they need to do, and then Davey right there just trying to keep the stress away and just surf. There's Connor O'Leary, his second scoring wave.
Wow, Connor, again, goofy footers out here on their backside at Haleiwa. They'll stay really compact, and they'll be very decisive, which is a luxury at Haleiwa. Haleiwa is a tough wave to read and match pace. Regular footers do have an advantage at backdoor, but other than that, it's just up to the surfer.
Jack Freestone now. Straight up into the lip. Tail sliding maneuver gone awry for Jack Freestone. You can almost hear the yelling. The second turn going down. He's currently sitting in third place. What happened here, Ross?
Well, you can see the urgency right there. Really crisp first maneuver there. I loved it. Got a lot of torque. So I think he was really frustrated because he knew he opened up a serious account there with that first maneuver.
John streaking down the line, looking towards the lip. Beautiful forehand gouge straight into a second and even better turn for John. Now whipping it around. It's good to see John Florence a little angry right there. First couple of scores, a 5.83, a 2.4, not indicative of the usual scores we see from John Florence. What do you think about this one, Ross?
Well, this is just an indication of how smart John is. He's here. He wants to win. That's because he's really keeping that traction. You can see that board glued to the water. He's not thinking about going for a blow tail or tail walk or an air, which he's so good at, the best in the world. He's competing. So right here, he's going to say, you know what, I'm going to throw some power hooks at the judges. I would not be surprised if this goes excellent. It's going to be a huge score, 3 serious maneuvers, a great wave. That thing stayed open from beginning to end. But again, watch his back foot. He is going to stomp on that thing right there. Even caught just a little bit of an edge. Kind of reminded me almost of a turn you'd see from Aki.
To watch what John Florence does, because it doesn't matter. Anybody will tell you it's about learning. And Jack Freestone now trying to get something going here. That's how you do it. That is just fearless surfing on his forehand right now. And Robson Santos, who's been relatively quiet, just 2 waves now. That's the big power hack we wanted to see from Robson. Another quick snapping carve for Robson Santos, right back in it. Now John Florence behind him. Quick little cover up there. And he'll get back out. That leaves Connor O'Leary sitting outside with priority. Wow, Robson Santos, who was a sleeper in this one, comes back fighting. I like this turn from Jack Freestone as well.
Yeah, you know, Jack has great reactions. He knows how to respond to tricky sections, and that was tricky. The first wave of the set had some weird kinks in it, but he did great to grind that out. Matched it with a pretty hefty turn.
Connor O'Leary pinpoints that section, smashes it, goes up into the floater. Another big turn, but goes down on his final maneuver, leaving the door open for John Florence now, who's starting to turn things up. Never one to kind of just sit there and be docile.
Which is perfectly fine by the audience, because the more John, the better, because he does turns like that right there. And there's that whip. You know, John always has been really great at carving, but in the past he's been, his strength in his carves were about that whip and that torque at the end, but he's gotten great at extending that rail and adding just a little more oomph to it in his older age. I know, it's mandatory action all day long, and that's why Haleiwa is my favorite event here in the Triple Crown, because you're seeing maneuvers like that right there. You come to the North Shore, you can still rip out here. It's not just about scary big old barrels and handling a crazy ocean at Sunset Beach. During the recap, John doing his thing. Wow, tons of flare in that snap. And again, just looking very glued to the water and almost giving himself free surgery right there from his fins, narrowly missing his head. That was a sketchy wipeout from John in a toilet bowl, but he should be fine there. He's already got 2 huge scores. And the underdog, Robson Santos from Brazil, very solid stance right there, a couple of decent snaps. That's going to be a game changer right there. He's going to get the score he needs.
I'm a fan. Big, powerful backhand whips. And that's what we can expect right here from Connor O'Leary, currently in 4th place. Robson Santos moves up to 2nd. Connor's going to hear the bad news for him when he gets off that wave. Our beach announcers, no lack of trying. He's on his, what, 7th wave.
Wow. Big battle here between 3rd and 2nd, and Connor O'Leary just got bumped out by the Brazilian, but on the money, those 2 first turns, and even finishing it off clean with a little snap before the toilet bowl for safety.
Watch out for Vasco as well. John Florence now, he's dropped a line of mid-6s, and he goes up in the lip, speeding down the line, straight into that section, disappears in the whitewater. I love the wind-up. I mean, who does it better than John Florence when you see that speed burst just flaring out off that bottom turn?
Yeah, it really is. It's his desire. It's how he likes to surf. He does not shy away from heavy sections, but he has a ton of speed and whip through his turns. And the crazy thing about Haleiwa is the wave converges in on itself. You know, it's almost like a big left is coming at you while you hit it. So the channel is deep. And it really cuts an edge in a wave where the section, the lip, all that water and power is coming at you.
And you can start the celebration, but right now he's doing work.
And he's got great technique. You know, most all goofy footers out here at Haleiwa, they have that compact scenario where they really hug the bottom turn. Watch the bottom turn. He's going to get low to the deck of the board, almost grab the rail with his left arm. And then it puts him right in the tightest transition of the wave and allows him to go upside down and smack it, which he did 3 times.
Will a goofy footer reach the pinnacle of surfing success here in the Vans Triple Crown of Surfing? Hasn't happened often, but Robson Santos wants his name on this illustrious list. Derek Ho, Tom Carroll, Gabriel Medina. Lineup's tightened up quite a bit today. Takeoff zone slightly smaller than we've seen in the past couple of days, so see if Jack can get back out there. This is live action from John Florence. Quick floater straight up into it. Going to that layback being his, I'd say, one of his many signature maneuvers.
It's tough to handle all those chops, which is what happened on this wave right here in particular. You can see all the bumps on it, so he's trying to cut through it. Did a great job handling that cutback through all that warble. Big floater, look at that though. You know, he even had to just press down on the deck of his board to handle that float, and then getting a little too extended on that layback snap, but in general, just a tough wave to ride.
13 seconds to go, round 4, heat 4. Stands with John Florence in the lead. Connor O'Leary, can he hang on? We'll see if his scores hold up, and they do. That's it for round 4, heat 4. Our world champion advances through with Connor O'Leary, who could have just made a huge jump on the QS rankings. That was a massive heat for the Australian Connor O'Leary.